Peppy, easy. Easy. Easy, Peppy. Uncle Charlie?
Your name Talon?
Yeah, Ned Talon.
What's your kinship to John Talon?
Well, I'm Johnny's brother.
Where is Johnny?
Who are you?
Friend of Johnny's. Where is he?
I reckon he must be somewhere on his way here by now.
From where?
Don't rightly know. I ain't seen Johnny since before the war.
Well, how do you know he's coming here?
We got a letter from him a while back, about the time the war ended. Said he'd be home about a month before Christmas.
About 4 or 5 weeks, then, you reckon?
Yeah, about. Where'd you know Johnny from, the Army?
Yeah.
Look out!
Get out of there! Why didn't you get out when you had the chance?
I can't see.
You mean you got no sight at all? Well, what'd you want to try and saddle a horse like that for?
Why not? I wasn't always blind. Uncle Charlie?
Yeah. Look here, mister. I ain't hostile to veterans, but the best you can get here is feed and water for your horse and a hunk of bacon for the trail. And don't let any of our herd attach themselves to you on the way out.
Uncle Charlie, this here's a friend of Johnny's.
Friend of Johnny's? Mr.
Ben Shelby.
Oh. What happened to you?
I was saddling Peppy. Wasn't for Shelby here, he might have got me.
Didn't I tell you never to try and saddle Peppy unless I was around?
Ah, you was around.
I know, but in the corral. If you want to ride, take old dog on. Thanks, mister.
Howdy.
Howdy, strangers.
Who owns this place here?
I do.
Well, we were just riding through and spotted some of your cattle out there.
Where are you heading for, California?
Yeah,
Goldfields, huh?
that's right, Pop.
Yeah, most of you veterans are. Well, you just keep heading in that direction. If you're shoving off Shelby, you can throw in with them.
I'd like to buy some of your cattle, about 50 head.
What was you figuring on paying?
50 cents a head.
Well, if you could get him at that price, it'd be cheaper than stealing them, wouldn't it? I tell you what you do, son. You just keep heading in that direction. Maybe you'll find some idiot that'll do that.
Be nice, Pop.
You heard him, there ain't nothing for sale here.
Look out! I guess that's all, ain't it, boys?
You all right, Ned?
Yeah, I'm all right.
The way you handle that gun, you must be a friend of Johnny's. There never was much law here for the war. Even less now. Men keep coming through, don't know where they're going, and no notion of what they're going to do. Got so used to killing that killing's the only thing they're sure of.
Johnny will put a stop to that. When'd you see him last,
If
Shelby?
you're shoving off, Shelby, I reckon we can spare you a fresh horse.
Kind of figured maybe I'd stick around and wait for Johnny.
And what did you figure on doing while you was waiting?
You could use a hand, couldn't you?
Well, if you want to work for grub and scarcely no wages, that's the only kind we can afford.
I'll take it.
Where's your horse?
Tied to the hitch right.
All right, come on. Mister, I'd appreciate it if while you're here you say nothing but the truth about Johnny to Ned.
I ain't got no need to talk about Johnny Talon.
You come here for the law?
I ain't got nothing to do with the law.
Well, then if you're truly a friend of Johnny's, maybe you're running away from it.
You got yourself a hand for nothing, didn't you?
Now you're trying to tell me it's none of my business.
Seems to me like you're trying to tell yourself.
Well, I didn't exactly go looking for you, mister. You made a proposition that was kind of hard to resist. Well, let's get out in the range.
This doggone sure is a good horse. Don't need no lead rope with him.
I wonder why you ain't got no word from Johnny. It's way past the time you're supposed to be here, ain't it?
Yeah. Wonder what's holding him. He sure will be grateful to you when he gets here, though, Ben.
Can't tell.
Sure he will. You know, Johnny, he'd be glad to see a friend of his.
I reckon he will.
Uncle Charlie says for the first time in months we ain't had nothing whittled off our herd. Says you've been a big help, Ben.
Oh, it ain't me. It's a gun that helps.
It's the way you sling that gun. Uncle Charlie says you may be near as fast as Johnny is.
Could be.
Of course, I ain't never seen you draw, but... Oh, man, I can remember Johnny. Them guns would come out of their holsters faster than a snake's forked tongue. Twice as nasty. Ben, was you there when General Sheridan gave him all them medals? Made that speech saying how proud he was to have Johnny in his command?
I reckon I was somewhere about.
Were you there when Mr. Lincoln shook his hand?
Don't think so.
You got any brothers, Ben?
Did have one.
Did have? Younger or older?
Younger.
What happened to your brother?
Got killed in the war.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, man, I sure wish Johnny was here.
So do I.
My dearest, your letter, as always, broke the loneliness for me. It made the day easier, in spite of what you told me. You, too, must feel the loneliness of the years of war separation, as I do. Yet you're not coming home because you feel you must get vengeance. I know you, Ben, and I'm afraid I can't change your mind, but I pray for your return. Come back, Ben, my dearest. Come back. Soon. Your wife, Jane.
Ben! Oh, Ben! A bunch of riders coming this way.
Yeah, Indians.
How many of them are there?
Looks like about 25.
Wonder why so many.
They've rounded up the cattle. Looks like they're going to take the whole herd.
We always gave them a few cattle for nothing, just to stay friendly. Hey, don't do it, Ben. I know them, they know me. Let me handle it.
Because you are with him, we did not kill you. But you move with gun again, we will.
Brave Bear?
It is Brave Bear who speaks.
Brave Bear, this man is my good friend. He's my brother's good friend. I'll give you my word he won't harm any Indians. What is it you want?
We want all cattle.
All? We've always given the Indians cattle when they needed it. We've always been good friends. For you to take all my cattle is not the act of a friend.
Indian can have no white friends.
Why? We proved we were.
We will take all your cattle because we need them. Do not try to stop us because you will be killed.
And if there ain't no letter from Johnny at Fort Defiance, ask around. Might be somebody's had word of him.
I will. Ben, it might be that Johnny will get back while I'm in Fort Defiance.
Might be.
I don't know what you come here to see Johnny about, but you've been a pretty square shooter with Ned and me. Are you sure you still want to wait and see Johnny? You're pretty fast with that gun, but I think Johnny might be a wee bit faster. Well, I'll get on to Fort Defiance.
Get up! Ben, that you?
Yeah.
Sure can't tell. Thought it might be Johnny.
Your Uncle Charlie ain't back yet?
Ben, what do you figure on doing after Johnny gets here?
I don't know.
I've been talking to Uncle Charlie about you.
What about me?
Well, you being a friend of Johnny's, maybe when he gets back we could build this place up. Spread out. Be partners.
I don't know if that's possible.
Well, maybe you'd like to be on your own. We'd pitch in and help you build a place. We'd be neighbors, Ben.
I wouldn't count on it.
Why not? Ain't no sense in your going around being a ranch hand, knocking around from ranch to ranch.
Ain't no sense you making plans about the future either.
Why? Here's good grazing land. When Johnny gets back, he'll buy cattle.
Johnny, what's he gonna do? Chase out all the Indians by himself?
You sore at me or something, Ben?
Why'd I be sore at you? Don't hardly know you.
Well, that ain't true. We work lots of hours together on the range. Sometimes you got a feeling you don't want to know us. You don't want us to know you.
Oh, it ain't that.
No, it's something. Just because I can't see with my eyes don't mean I can't see. Something's eating you, Ben. What is it? I'd like to know.
It's me, Ned.
Any news of Johnny?
Well, I guess I found out why the Indians took all our cattle. There's a lot of rumors in Fort Defiance. The government's going to move all the Indians to a reservation far away. The Indians are mad about it, too. They're preparing to make their own moves, starting to raid stages and ranches and everything.
Did you hear any word from Johnny at Fort Defiance?
Well, did you?
Yes.
A letter?
No, not a letter.
Well, what then?
Well, I got to tell you this, Ned. We can't stay here waiting for him. I heard he was dead.
Dead? Can't be, Uncle Charlie. He can't be dead.
He was shot down robbing a bank in New Mexico.
Johnny wasn't no robber.
I knew it all the time, Ned, but I didn't want to tell you. Ever since he got out of the army, he's been robbing and murdering.
Why didn't you never tell me before?
Because I couldn't bring myself to it, Ned. I'm an old man, and you ain't got much future with me here trying to scratch out a living.
You shouldn't have let me go on thinking like I did about Johnny. And he was coming back, and we was going to be together again.
You're right.
I'm sorry for your hurt, Ned.
You come here after Johnny, didn't you?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah,
Why?
don't matter now.
Matters to me.
Why bring up something that ain't got nothing to do with you?
Don't seem like too much to tell me why you come to my house to kill my brother.
Let me go, Ned.
You're going to tell me before I do.
All right. I was with one of the companies of the Arizona Volunteers.
So was Johnny. Lots of men from this part of Arizona and New Mexico.
Yeah, my company was wiped out in the Battle of Tennessee Ridge 3 weeks before the war ended. My brother was killed there. All on account of John Talon.
That ain't true.
He was sent by headquarters to tell Company D that we were about to be outflanked, to pull back or we'd be trapped. He never got there.
Maybe he was stopped by the Confederates.
He gave himself up. Only me and one other man got out alive. And he died in a couple of days.
It don't seem... Johnny wasn't no coward. You ought to know that about Johnny.
I never did know Johnny Talon. He was with headquarters.
Well, then how could you know that he was the one?
I was taken prisoner by the same graves that got Johnny. The captain of that rebel outfit said Johnny gave himself up. I'm sorry I had to tell you that, Ned. Well, I better be going.
Ned wanted you to have this. It was supposed to be Johnny's Christmas present.
Thanks.
Well, if you get a place of your own, I can still do a good day's work. And I'd work mighty cheap, too. Ned could be of some help.
Don't have one, Uncle Charlie. Jane had to sell it during the war. Good luck to both of you.
Time I got left don't matter. It's Ned that needed.
You know, Ned's got a lot of grit.
With all the grit in the world, there's a heap of difference between a man that can see and a man that can't. I get thinking about it sometimes and wondering what'll become of him. Who'll be there to give him a hand if something happens to me?
You shouldn't ask me to give you the answer, Uncle Charlie.
You're right. I reckon I hadn't.
Mind if I sit down?
Get a glass and help yourself. Anybody got cattle for sale around here?
Best place is the feed store up the street.
Thank you, mister.
Hey, I got a letter with a story about Tennessee Ridge for Dave Parker. Ought to be worth something when he gets back from Tucson.
Someone's coming.
Why, it's Ben. Ben Shelby.
Where are you heading for?
Fort Defiance. No sense in hanging around here anymore.
You looking for a partner?
In what?
A ranching. You got a lot of good grazing land, corrals, and some equipment. I got myself a bill of sale for 250 head of cattle I bought me.
You ain't just funning with me, are you, Ben?
No, sir.
What about your wife?
I sent a letter asking her to catch the next stage. She should be here soon.
Yahoo! Well, I still don't see any sense in bringing cattle in here for the Indians to come around and pick them up.
Well, we got word from the fort. The Army's going to take care of all this Indian trouble.
That's right.
Come on, Ned. Let's go get a tree for Jane.
Tree?
Yeah, Christmas tree.
Huh? What's that?
Well, it's a pine you dress up real pretty like. A fella from Europe in my outfit told me about it. Something they do in the old country. He fixed us one last year for Christmas. Jane would sure like it.
You really staying, Ben?
Sure I'm staying. I ain't gonna go chop down no tree to take on the trail.
Maybe it's the Lord's way of giving each of you back your brother.
Maybe. Come on, Ned, mount up.
Now, hurry back now.
Hand me one of them silver tobacco papers we've been cutting on. It's sure a lot of bother, but it'll be a big surprise to Jane.
She ain't never seen a Christmas tree neither, huh?
Nope.
Think your wife's gonna like it here?
I think so.
Is your wife pretty, Ben?
What'd you expect a man to say about his own wife?
Someday I'm gonna find me a gal. I can do my share running a ranch.
Sure. Else why'd I be setting up for us to be partners? Jane's bringing the money saved from selling the place. We're gonna buy us some extra stock.
It's gonna be the best darn ranch around here.
Yeah, and the biggest. We're gonna spread out. You know, all through the fighting, I kept dreaming how someday it would end and we could start ranching again. Me and Jane, and how we could be together with my brother.
Ben,
Yeah?
you sure you maybe won't change your mind?
I can't. Already got it set in my mind how we're gonna build them ranch houses. One for me and Jane, and one for Uncle Charlie and you. And a real pretty wife.
I'm not sure she's gonna be pretty.
Well, you'll have to take my word for it.
How about me going into Fort Defiance with you tomorrow?
Well, I kind of figured maybe Jane and I'd stay in town for a couple of days.
Hmm? Oh, sure, yeah.
I reckon we won't be getting no more pine cones today. I'll unsaddle the horses.
Ben? The riders. Uncle Charlie, who's coming?
I don't know. Dave Parker.
Who's Dave Parker?
Owns a saloon in Fort Defiance. Got one of the biggest ranches around here. He hates Johnny. Johnny hassled with one of his brothers for the war. That's close enough, Parker.
Tracy, is this the man?
That's him.
Tracy gave me this letter when I got back from Tucson this morning. He says you wrote it.
Let me see it.
You don't have to. Just answer. Is it true what it says in here about Johnny Talon and what happened to the Arizona Volunteers at Tennessee Ridge?
What do you want, Parker?
I lost both of my brothers at the Ridge. Just on the count of a yellow Talon. So I want there to be no Talon brothers living.
You had no to blame Ned. He had nothing to do with it.
I said all Talon brothers.
You'll have to kill me first.
Stay out of this, Charlie. I got nothing against you either, mister. Considering your story, you should be with us. In fact, I'm a little grateful to you.
Get Ned and get out, quick.
You all right, Ned?
Uh-huh.
Be easier on the horses. We'll lead them over this hill.
Go ahead.
headed into Navajo Canyons.
Not a very good country to be going into these days.
When was it? But we're going in after them. Lieutenant Lucas from Fort Defiance. Howdy, Lieutenant. Recruiting all them civilians, Colton, Bremer, Lark.
The government's ordered the Indians moved to a reservation in Oklahoma. They know about it. Most of them are holed up in these canyons.
The government should send a good-sized detachment of troops for a job like that.
They have, but they haven't arrived yet.
Make good sense to wait.
If the Indians would wait, that'd be fine. But our scouts tell us they've decided on the warpath.
I reckon you can use all the men you can get, then. Well, that takes care of the Talons. Harry, you get back on into town. Ed, Jake, Cheyenne, get back to the Talon Ranch and give Charlie a Christian burial. Then get to the west end of the canyon.
I don't hear nothing, Ben.
I reckon Parker won't follow us in here.
In where?
Navajo Canyons.
I reckon not.
Let's get on and rest a while. We gotta find a spot to take cover and get some rest for the horses. We got a couple hours of daylight left. It's better to travel these parts at night.
Where are we traveling to?
The west end of the canyon. That'll take us a good distance away from Fort Defiance. But if we go back the same way we come in, Parker's liable to be waiting.
He'll be waiting at Fort Defiance, too.
Yeah, I know, but we'll have the protection of the law there. Besides, you ain't done nothing, Ned. You got your own makings?
Yeah.
Maybe Uncle Charlie will join us soon.
He ain't gonna join us. It ain't right for you to have the bother of me, Ben.
It ain't no bother. We're partners, ain't we? Besides, I'm sure the Lord's looking out for you, Ned.
Might be, but supposing he ain't looking out for you.
I still got my rifle. There ain't nothing happen to me before I see Jane.
I ain't scared with a partner like you, Ben.
I guess it's up to me to say I ain't scared either. So I'm saying it. You and me both know we're lying, don't we, Ned? Well, let's get going.
I guess that'll keep the coyotes away from me.
It's sure funny.
Would you mind telling me who's buried there? I said who's buried there?
And who wants to know?
I represent the angel Gabriel. Did you ever hear of him? It's my job to check up on the latest burial take.
All right, tramp. On your way.
If there ain't enough deaths from natural causes, sometimes it's my mission to speed up the take.
Charlie Talon's buried there.
What was Charlie Talon deceased of? Sickness? Old age? Bullets? Just statistics, you understand.
He was shot.
By who?
Dave Parker and...
Are you Parker's boys?
Yeah.
Where's Ned?
The last we seen of them...
Them?
Yeah. Ned and a hand was working here. They rode into the Navajo Canyons.
Why'd they go? Oh, come on, boy. Speak up. Don't be bashful. Look at me. I'm not bashful. Talk up.
Dave was going to string Ned up.
Why?
Because he found out that Johnny Talon was at fault for his brothers getting killed.
So all you gents helped to kill Uncle Charlie. Yeah, I'm Johnny Talon. Do I have to tell you I ain't dead? Just can't seem to shake that room with know-how.
Well, you can't just blame us.
Shut up. And you're also going to help string up Ned, huh? Hanky, put your gun away.
Well, if you was working for a guy...
I ain't. There's at least 2 of you here that won't be working for him much longer. Now, one of you is going back with a message for Dave Parker. You want to draw lots to see which one of you goes back?
No, we ain't gonna do it.
Well, maybe my back will help steady your hand.
Please. Please. I got a wife and kids.
That's not unusual. Be nice to him. Tell Dave Parker I'm still alive.
Yeah.
And tell him that's something he shouldn't expect to be for much longer.
Get real bright soon. There's a good spot for us to bed down during the day. We'll start again as soon as it gets dark.
I think the track's going this way, Hanky. Just to make sure, you go around the bluff. I'll meet you on the other side.
We gotta get some rest, Ned. We got another tough move ahead of us tonight.
Can't sleep. Thinking about Johnny.
Forget it. He's dead.
Yeah. It's better he is. But he was my brother, Ben. Keep thinking about the time in that saloon when the Parker boys come at me. One of them with a broken bottle in his hand. Johnny stuck out his bare fist. With that big scar across the back of it.
Is that when you lost your sight?
Later that night, I got dry gulched. Never did know who it was for sure. Oh, I was sick for months from that beating. Hey, someone's coming.
Who is it? A stranger. Stay here, Ned, and don't move. I'm going out there.
You got Ned Talon with you?
Who wants to know?
I'm his brother, Johnny Talon.
I wouldn't do that, mister.
You got Ned Talon with you?
Yeah.
Is he all right?
Yeah.
What's the idea of drawing on me? I was going to thank you for saving my brother's life.
I ain't got no cause to thank you.
Not many have. What's your name?
Ben Shelby. Me and my brother was on Tennessee Ridge. I'm the only survivor.
Only survivor, eh? You were lucky.
I thought you was dead.
When everybody thinks that about a man of my trade, he's a big success.
I come here to kill you.
I wouldn't have guessed it in a million years.
If I get the chance, I will.
You won't. And believe me when I tell you, you can't be half as good at killing as I am.
I swear nothing will stop me.
Then save up on me. But first, I'm gonna get Ned out of here. Where is he?
He thinks you're dead and he's glad of it.
Listen, mister, stop straining my gratitude. I'm grateful to you, but ain't you getting things a little mixed up? I'm his brother, not you.
What kind of a brother are you?
You know, if it wasn't for Ned, a fellow like me would just naturally have to kill a fellow like you. But for the time being, I think I'll just tear the hide off you. Put it away, Ned.
Indians! Indians, you darn fool! Over on the hill!
Ben?
Me, Ned, I'm all right.
Ooh, heard Indian ponies.
They didn't spot us.
Who's with you?
A couple of strangers traveling the same way we are.
My name's Ned. Howdy, strangers. The rider's coming this way. Ain't white men, them horses got no shoes.
Look, Ned.
They're after us. Get hold of this rifle.
Hold that horse muzzle, Ned.
Come on. Keep that horse quiet.
That ought to hold a sound in you.
Johnny? It's you, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm back, Neddy boy.
Why? Why'd you come back?
For you. We'll talk about it later.
Did you give yourself up on the ridge, Johnny? Did you? Did you?
Yeah. Now let me go, will you?
You're supposed to be dead. You should have stayed dead.
Come on, they're moving in on us.
Why did you give yourself up on the ridge, Johnny? Why?
Look, Ned, this ain't the time to
Oh,
talk.
I don't know why. Now tell me.
Ned, will you let go?
Tell me.
Ned, you make him.
Give me a gun, will you?
Let you get me in the back.
Ben? Ben? Ben! 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 Is it you, Ben?
It's me, Ned. Keep down. Fool, you darn crazy fool.
Don't be in such a rush to get killed. Might come to you soon enough.
Why'd you give yourself up on the ridge, Johnny? You ain't a coward. Why?
Because I wasn't going to get my head blowed off knowing the war was ending. Some general sitting on his big fat headquarters trying to make a show for himself. Besides, the Parker boys was in that outfit. I didn't bleed none for them.
There was my brother and me and other men.
Ain't that funny? I was thinking about my brother and me.
It was your duty.
A man that gets killed doing his duty ain't any more alive than a man who just gets plain killed. Of course, I ain't never had an opinion from anyone that's ever happened.
Don't make me your excuse, Johnny.
I ain't. You ask me, I'm telling you why. 3 years of fighting, wounded 5 times. I saw the end in sight. I wasn't going to get killed for nothing. We're going to take that coach out of Fort Defiance for San Francisco.
You ain't gonna get on that coach if I can help it.
Don't do it, Ben. He's fast. He's too fast.
Yeah, I know, like a snake.
And twice as nasty. So stop making a pest out of yourself, Mr. Only Survivor. I'm already more beholden to you for what you've done for Ned. Now, look, let's be practical. I got $5,000 to get your eyes fixed.
I don't want any of it.
Where'd that rotten money come from?
Listen, mister, you're talking about the stuff I love. Where does anyone go for money? To a bank.
Out!
Ben! Ben!
I'm all right.
Appears to me you're more worried about him than your own brother. Hanky was a good man. He didn't have any feelings about anything. All he had was loyalty. Still daylight, but we better get out of here. There'll be other Indians looking after these. Now, we can't get out of the east or the west end of the canyon. There's Indian grown out of the rocks at those passes.
Then where?
Well, there's a pass to the north that few knows about.
Now will you give me a gun? We might need all the shooting can be done to get out of here. I ain't never shot a man in the back. Don't reckon I could. Not even you. You mind if I heft it?
Go ahead. Please don't do nothing that'll make me have to kill you.
You tired, Ned?
No more tired than anybody else.
Well, we'll rest up on top here for a while. But we gotta get out of these canyons.
I wish we dared make a fire.
Here. Put it on. Don't make me have to kill you for nothing trivial.
I don't want it.
I ain't gonna ask you again. Put it on. Ben? Ben! It's nothing, Ned. Horses stirring. They're cold, too.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, Ned.
Thanks.
Hey, come here.
Guess they're gonna try to make the move out of the canyon.
I sure wished we was out.
You still set on making a pest of yourself and going for me? Guess ever since Tennessee Ridge, you've set yourself a date to hand me a belly full of lead. Well, anyways, I'm grateful for what you've done for Ned. And instead of lead, I'm gonna hand you the ranch. I'm gonna give you money.
You know what you can do with that?
You mean you got all you can use?
You're mighty generous with other people's money.
Well, if you can't be, then when can you be? Why don't you come to San Francisco with Ned and me? In a little while, I'll be running that town.
How many people do you figure to kill running it?
As many as I have to.
You're crazy.
You're a mushhead. Say, I got 5,000 on me. Suppose you was to get me, what would you do about it? I bet you give it back.
What else?
You're a mushhead, all right. Anyways, I still want you to come to San Francisco with me. Why don't you give it a try?
There's only one thing I want to try. And if we get out of here alive, I will.
If you ain't just determined to pile up my woes. Here I am trying to figure out how to fix Dave Parker and get Ned out of Fort Defiance. Now I gotta figure out how to try to keep you from coming up against me so I won't have to kill you. If that wasn't enough of a puzzlement, on top of that, I got the whole darn Indian Nation to contend with. And on top of that, it's colder than a tin horn gambler's heart. Well, let's get started. If we keep moving, we'll be out of here by sundown. Ned. We'll be out on the plains before the sun's gone.
Hey, look there.
Any spare guns? Yeah, there's guns and shells in the coat.
Load those guns. Make yourself useful. Get up at the window. Now hold your fire until I tell you.
Here they come again.
Wonder what they're going to do now.
Going to get others. sun will be gone in a couple of minutes, and I don't believe they'll attack at night.
If they don't, there'll be a swarm of them when day breaks.
I knew this would happen when we left Willard.
Willard?
Yep, we're the first stage out in a week.
That's where my wife's coming from.
Well, there was a couple of passengers, but they decided not to buy tickets with this Indian showdown coming on. Now, if your wife happened to be one of those, she can probably get out in the next stage. That is, if it's possible.
How come she bought a ticket?
She didn't buy no ticket. A committee in the town bought one for her. She wasn't bothering no one. They shouldn't have done it to her. Leastways, not this time.
What made you go?
Mail contracts. Got to show good deliveries or you lose them. And you can't operate a stage on just passengers. Sure wished I could have had a drink of that real Eastern whiskey they was going to have at the fort for Christmas.
You were saying, ma'am?
Yeah, well, I'm on my way to San Francisco.
You got folks there?
No, I'm hoping to start a business.
Business? What kind of business?
Well, I'm not really sure.
What kind of business were you in before, ma'am?
Well, I'm hoping to start a new business. Maybe sewing.
You say your name is Julie, ma'am?
Yeah. Julie Morse.
Julie. It's a real pretty name.
I'm getting tired of that same old song. I'm getting out of here.
Now look, Sonny, don't get smart just because you killed your first engine. You ain't got a chance out there.
Well, there ain't no chance waiting for the dawn either. Anybody else want to try with me? You?
Ben?
Yeah. You cold, Ned? Well, there's a couple more hours till daylight.
Ben? Is she pretty?
I reckon you'd say that.
She's nice. How old is she?
About the same age you are.
Found out she ain't married.
I reckon not.
Somebody's coming!
Go get him. We better take him behind the ledge.
Well, Mr. Only Survivor, I guess you won't have that distinction by the time the sun's high.
No, I reckon everything's going to be taken care of for us.
Pretty music, huh? Can I have the next dance?
Let her alone, will you, Johnny? What is it, Miss Julie?
I'm all right.
Miss Julie?
Yeah.
There's something I've been wanting to ask you.
Sure.
You being a girl, maybe you could tell me.
Well, what is it?
Well, if a girl would get to know me, and if she... But do you think it's possible that a pretty young girl could ever consider a man like me?
Well, if she loved him, sure.
Could she love a fella with my kind of handicap?
Why not?
The thing that scares a fella like me is maybe he ain't wanted.
Yeah. That scares a lot of people.
And being scared that way, well, you figure maybe it's better never to find out. You sort of feel maybe it's better to go on being scared instead of finding out for sure that you're not wanted.
They've stopped serenading us.
That's the noisiest hunk of silence I ever did hear. Here. Take it. Take it. If anything happens to us, don't hesitate. It's been Ed and you. You saw what happened to him.
We got visitors, Dave. Be polite. Here they come.
Safe for you to go on now.
Is this really the big roundup of the Indians?
Started yesterday as soon as our reinforcements arrived. We're closing in through every tributary in the canyon, hemming them in. They'll soon realize it's hopeless.
All right, Ned, we're on our way to San Francisco, where there's doctors that'll tell you whether you can get back your sight.
Rather than take that money, I'll stay the way I am.
You're just saying that because you want to get back at me.
I'm telling you now, Johnny, go away. I don't want no part of you.
If you do, I'm willing to forget everything. Me and Ned be partners.
If I did, the Parkers never would.
We'll have the protection of the law there.
Ain't you got sense enough to understand that that's hardly enough guarantee of safety for someone like me? It's my fault Ned lost his sight, and I'm going to see to it he has no worries for the rest of his life.
Yes or no?
Can't leave Ned with a mushhead like you. No.
Johnny, what'd you do to him?
What's the idea?
I'm Johnny Talon. You want to make something of it?
Uh-uh.
Where is he, Johnny? Ben! 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 What'd you do, Johnny? What did you do to Ben? I'll kill you.
Just fixed it so he wouldn't get himself killed. Come on.
I won't leave here without Ben.
Come on. What's the matter with you? Will you come? Oh.
Ben! Ben, where are you? Ben, answer
Why
me!
don't you leave him alone?
You get in that coach and stay put or I'll kill him.
Tie all the horses to the coach except one.
Except one?
Yeah. I'm leaving you with him. The two of you on one horse won't get to the fort so fast. Give me time to complete my business and get out before he shows up.
But what about the stage?
I'll take it.
But wait a minute,
It'll be safe with me. I won't make off with it. Now do as I tell you.
Julie, you got that gun?
Yeah?
Give it to me.
What are you going to do with it?
Give it to me, will you? Just give it to me.
For $50, I'll wait. I don't mind taking your money, but it don't seem very smart to me to be in such a hurry to get yourself shot at by Johnny Talon.
Whoa, whoa.
Where's Jed Brown, the driver, Les, and the others?
Indians got him. Driver's just hurt. The Army boys are taking care of him. How soon can this stage start for San Francisco?
Well, as soon as we get fresh horses and drivers, about an hour. Ain't you Johnny Talon?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were...
I know. You heard I was dead. And it was the Indians that got your boys.
Well, no offense.
You thinking of running and telling Dave Parker I'm here?
What I know of Parker, he's capable of finding out himself.
I'll let him know. 2 tickets for San Francisco.
Yes, sir.
For the last time, Johnny, go away and leave me be.
You out of your mind? Like I said, 2 tickets.
Yes, sir.
Were you going to gun me down? Would you really kill me, Ned?
I don't know. Don't make me go with you, Johnny.
You want to stay with Ben that bad, huh? If I gave you some money, would you and Ben go someplace else and settle?
We don't want your money.
But you can't stay in this part of the country anymore on account of me. And how can you start someplace else without any money?
We don't want yours.
All right, all right. Ned, you and Ben can be partners.
You mean that, Johnny?
Yeah. Stay here. I'm going to go make a sale. And heaven help the man that don't want to buy. Do I have to tell you who I want to see?
If you mean Parker, he ain't around.
then I'm going to have to do business with you.
What business you got with me, Johnny? I ain't got no bone to pick with you. There's Parker's man. He takes care of all his business when he ain't around.
Yeah, I'm Joe Doniger. Who are you?
Johnny Talon. You in charge here?
Yeah.
Now write me out a bill of sale to Dave Parker.
Sale of what?
The Talon Ranch.
Parker ain't bought no ranch.
As of this minute, he's bought it. And I figure it's worth all the money in that cash register and in that safe.
I figure it ain't worth nothing.
I'll give you a hint. It's worth your life. Now open that safe and that register and give me everything that's in it.
Over my dead...
Anybody else here think I can't make a sale? And the safe. On the table. Now count up that money and get a pen and ink and write me out a bill of sale for me to Dave Parker. 2 copies, one for him and one for me. And a receipt, which I will sign nice and legal. Can't get much more legitimate than that, can you?
Miss Julie,
Yeah?
would you consider maybe not going to San Francisco?
Oh, Ned, you don't know where I come from. What I am.
There may be a lot of things I don't know. But I know what you are.
No, you don't. Look, Ned, I've worked in dance halls, in saloons.
Maybe you're scared to find out like me. You're 2 of a kind, Julie.
No, Ned. It wouldn't be fair.
It ain't fair for nobody to live without being wanted. Johnny?
It's me, Ned. Where is he?
Ben, you're all right.
Yeah, where is he?
I don't know, but it's gonna be all right. He's going away, Ben.
Did he say that?
Yeah. And he said you and me could be partners.
Yeah, I heard him say it.
Now, your wife will be here soon, Ben. Then we can get started.
Mr. Only Survivor.
Is it true what Ned says about your going away?
Yeah.
Whoever's in there, I want Johnny and Ned Talon. And anybody else has got 2 minutes to get out.
All right, you. Get out.
If you don't mind, I'd just as soon stay.
Julie, ain't no reason for
I've
you...
got a reason.
What you just said's enough.
Well, reckon I won't need this ticket the committee gave me for San Francisco. I'd rather live for just a few minutes, being wanted.
And how about you, Mr. Only Survivor?
I ain't running out on a partner.
This is Johnny Talon, Dave. I'll make a deal with you. Let Ned go and I'll give myself up. Think of all the fun you'll have stringing me up.
I ain't making no bargains. I'll see you both dead.
Well, Mr. Only Survivor?
The name's Shelby. I'm getting tired.
Don't be a pest about petty details. Now, look. Here's $2,500, legitimate. The bill of sale and receipts, signed and all.
What are you talking about?
Well, somebody's got to see that a couple of mushheads like you have some money. Wouldn't take mine because it was rotten. Well, Parker drove us off the ranch, so I got payment. Here. Take care of him.
Johnny?
Yeah?
It's true Mr. Lincoln shook your hand, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true, Ned. Mr. Shelby, would you get to the door, and when I say open it fast?
Johnny? Johnny.
You made your choice, Ned. Don't apologize for it. I never did for mine.
You got 15 seconds. Whoever wants to come out.
Open.
Well, I guess Parker won't bother us anymore. Come on out, Ned.
Here she comes. Stage from Willoughby. Get your baggage ready, folks. Stage from Willoughby coming in.
You hear that, Ben? The stage from Willerton. Maybe your wife's on it. Is she here, Julie?
Yeah, she's here, Ned.